Hello, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to tell you about these adorable reindeer. I'm going to pick up the one closest to me to show you. So, quick tutorial without actually dragging you through the whole thing. Isn't that cute? And they light up. They light up. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I figured out that the hardest part to make these were going to be the legs. And I had this idea that things for Christmas should have candy cane legs. And so I thought, okay, that'll be the hardest part. So I cut dowels, and these dowels actually are long enough to go all the way up to here. That's something sometimes people will just stick legs on, and unless you run them all the way up, there's a chance that they'll just fall off. So these go through and all the way up. So it took quite a bit of measuring, and pretty much what I did was first I set out lots of dowels. Let's say I've got 5 of these, 4, 20 segments of dowels at about the right length, and I just painted them all white, and then I painted the red stripes on all 20 of them, and then actually the next thing I did was I believe I painted the gourds, and I painted them this reindeer brown color. After I painted the gourds, then I put the legs into the bodies, and I put some glue on the top before I put the legs up in there so that the legs would definitely stick up in this end, and then I also put a little bit of glue around here so that they would stick there. So that took care of the legs. The next thing was the feet, and I wanted them to have like little elf feet. So they have little curly toes, and then of course they had to, oh, yes. And of course they also had to have bells on their feet because that's just too cute. And the little details are the things that make it. The next difficult part was the head and the ears. And these are simply a small gourd and then a dowel for the neck. And the neck dowel I have planted all the way down in the base so that it can't just be knocked off. And I put these on the dowel. And the next was, these didn't require a whole lot of work on the head. I mean, a little red bell for a nose, very cute, some eyes and some eyebrows just to give the face a little bit of definition, and then the floppy ears. And I did have to look at a lot of things to figure out how to do floppy ears because I've never done floppy ears before. And I made those out of quick wood and just made them very, very thin, and I was so worried that they would break. And I simply glued them on. I didn't do anything really spectacular. If somebody drops this, the ears are probably going to come off, and they're probably going to have to glue them back on, just like the nose. It would come off in any of these. If you handle it really, really roughly, it could fall apart. So once I had all 5 of the bodies made, there they were, and they were so cute. And I thought, how can they get cuter? And so next, I went looking for some small trees. And these trees came from one of those stores where everything in there is $1. And I bought up all the trees that they had. And the trees were far too big. So I had to cut off a lot of the branches at the bottom and cut off some of the bottom, which wasn't all that difficult. And they came with a stand, which I set aside. Maybe I'll use those some other time for something else. And I put the trees on them, and then they were even cuter. But I wanted them to be even cuter. So the next thing I did was I looked again at the store where all the things are $1, and I found these little strands of mini lights, and I have white stars, white snowflakes, blue snowflakes, or colored balls. I kind of like the white snowflakes the best. I think they just look kind of classic, but I did them in all different colors because you never know what's going to tickle someone's fancy. And the thing about these is they are cordless. This way somebody can set this on their mantle where they don't have electricity, and they come with a little box. And this little box has a couple batteries in it, and it simply has a switch that goes on and off. And I thought, well, you've got to hide this behind there somewhere. And I thought, well, you know, let's just make this easier. Let's make it be part of things. And so I just made kind of like a little gift package that's open on one end so that I could slide this in and out and replace the batteries. And this part of the unit doesn't get hot or anything like that, so it's no trouble at all. So really, construction wise, these didn't take all that much time. Had just some goofy looking gourds that I couldn't figure out what else to do with them, because I mean really that gourd's a little bit small and not quite what I wanted for a birdhouse. I couldn't figure out what else to do with them. So sometimes if I have gourds that seem like they're not quite as thick and I don't want to carve them, I'll use them for something like this. So you've got the gourd, you've got another gourd for the head, just a little, you know, like a little, what do they call this, little bottle gourd. I've got $1 in the light setup. I've got $1 in the tree setup, and I saved all the extra branches in case there's something else I want to do with them later. And one of the tricks that I kind of decided was, in order to keep the tree upright, I didn't want to put loads and loads of glue in there. I've got 3 cats here. I don't know if you can see all of them. I've got Spook, Jasper, come here. Oh yeah, there you go. Kiki, here's Jasper. Here's Jasper. Ooh, Jasper. Kiki, you coming? And Kiki. Yes, all the cats are hanging out to watch me do this. So like I was saying, I thought that the hardest part was going to be getting this tree not to drag the whole reindeer over. And so what I did was I simply took one of the bottom branches and I pulled it around and curled it around the neck. And I did put a little bit of glue under there and kind of pushed it down, and so that stabilizes the tree. So that way the tree is not, it doesn't have piles of gunk under it or anything like that. And then the lights you just kind of arrange. If the top light won't stay where you want it, you could put a little dab of glue up there as well, just to hold it in place at the top of the tree. But they came out so stinking cute. You can put them anywhere because they're cordless, so you don't have to worry about having it near an electrical cord. The lights, I am amazed. The lights last forever. I have accidentally left these on for a couple days and not realized it, and the lights were still going. So it must be just a very low, very, very low draw on the batteries. And so there is my team of reindeer. I did not name them, but as I usually do, I practiced economy of scale and did all of them at once, so that I was doing all of the cutting and then all of the gluing and then all of the painting and all the eyes, and kind of getting a little bit of a system. And it seems like it takes a certain amount of time to make one gourd, but you can make 3, 4, 5 in not twice as much time, maybe twice as much time, but still it's not 5 times as much time, because once you get a system and you figure out how to do it, then you can keep doing it. So I hope you're inspired to make some of these and personalize them. They could have all different colored legs. They could have different color lights. The only thing I think I would do a little bit differently, I think I did not go large enough with the feet. I think bigger feet would be cute. And one of the things that's a little bit troublesome, it's a little bit difficult to do, that I'll warn you in advance, is once you get the legs in, is cutting them off exactly to the right length. And in some cases, I kind of had to put a little bit of a lift in the shoe and put a little dab of glue and then put the shoe on, so that the shoe was a little bit lower, just to balance things out, just to even it out. So there's another quick idea for you, something cute to make for holiday houses or any shows that you have coming up. So please like, share, subscribe, show your friends how cute these are. I hope you're going to make some and post pictures of them and tag me so I'll know that you did it. Otter Cottage Arts. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so that you see whatever's coming up next, and share and hit the like button so I know that you liked it. And any comments, I'll leave links to things below. I think you can actually order some of the trees and order some of the lights and those items and the little tiny bells that I use. So I'll leave links to all of that below, and that helps me out, helps me produce some free content. So thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays.